Welcome back to yet another Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company, where I'm your host, Dane Anthony. To my left, the very fun, very Fisher Anthony. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Dane, for that great introduction. Happy to be here. Happy Q&A Thursday, everyone.
Of course. Happy Q&A Day. And it would not be a Q&A Thursday these days without our resident detailer going to work in the background. Who do we got today? None other than the one, the only, Lucas Blaine. Welcome, sir. You look a little dark out there. We need to get more lights on here or something. But you know what? That's okay.
Possibly.
What are you doing today? Tell us.
So basically, I got some products lined up that are commonly used for like cleaning vehicles and whatnot. So I think we're going to take this dirty car and make it a clean car. That's the goal.
I don't think people realize just how dirty this Audi Avant actually is. It is
If anybody can see these wheels.
filthy. So
Like, my
gnarly.
gosh. Come on
Yeah,
now.
the lighting today, you can't.
very moody.
It's trust me, it's definitely there. You go.
You can see how they're not the right color.
Yeah, that is a lot of
So
filth
those are
built
supposed
up.
to be silver, I believe.
I think
now
that
they're like red.
They're bronze right now, but like not in a
Yeah.
cool way.
the an iron
No.
remover is about to have a heyday.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's going to be all you're using over and
It's
over
gonna
and
put on
over
a
and
shelf.
over again.
It's going to be pretty insane.
All
So,
right.
no, we're looking forward to it. Lucas, it's going to be awesome. Well, welcome, everybody, to your favorite time of the week where we answer your detailing questions. We have unchained Dane from the back room, and we have let him out to be able to sit in this table and actually run the iPad in person, right? We know the struggles of running the iPad, but now you actually get to see it in the flesh right in front of you.
It's fun.
It
I
is
enjoy
fun.
doing it. Even when it's a pain in my butt, I still like I like being able to control the flow of information so we don't like overdo it. But you guys make the show possible. So in case you haven't figured it out yet and you're new here, you guys make the show. You ask the questions, you put the comments there, I put them up on the screen, and we talk about it. That's the way it
Dane
works.
is just a vessel for your comments.
Yeah, please be gentle.
Oh,
anyways,
gosh. Okay,
let's
so-
get to some comments and
Well-
questions, unless you had something you wanted to
Well,
address
Dane,
first.
a little bit of housekeeping.
Oh, housekeeping.
A little
See, you know, it's
housekeeping.
been a minute. I forgot how this all works.
A little bit of cleaning, a little bit of sweeping, all the fun stuff.
At
So, let's talk about this. So, tomorrow, possibly, something could be coming to the ragcompany.com. I don't know how much we want to spill, how much we want to, leak.
Ideally, not spilling or leaking.
Oh, we
those are
wanna-
usually those
Oh,
have
gotcha.
negative connotations.
You're right. Okay, I didn't think about that. So something could happen
Divulge,
during this live
perhaps.
stream. Well, not live stream. Tomorrow, something could happen, and hopefully I don't leak anything out during this today's live stream on the Q&A Thursday. So,
Well, we'll see about
but
that.
tomorrow, stick around for obviously you want to sign up for the Rag Company newsletter, and you also want to check out the Rag Company YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed. But yes, that's the Rag Company website right there. Just keep an eye out. You just never know. Never
Okay.
know what could pop off. Am I right?
Listening.
So, besides that, this week we have been knocking out more content, and we have actually shot several different videos, and we have actually already started planning a lot of the content for TRCMA 2026. That is right. We think this far
It's a big
ahead.
show. Very big show.
As of recently, we started thinking this far ahead, and we're glad we are, because we are actually starting to produce content that is going to be able to be viewed during that show that I think is going to be really, really fun. So something to look forward to as well. Now, on top of that, we do have some team members as well as some friends of TRC that are currently down in Monterey, California for none other than Monterey Car Week. Now, this is an event that the Rag Company has been attending for several years now, and we've had a lot of fun along the way. So, back in the day, Dane and I, along with Team PNS, used to go down to Monterey for roughly like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And we would be there for the quail event that happens at the Quail Golf Course.
The quail is incredible.
We would also be there for the big car, what was it called? Motorlux. Then it was called McCall's Motorwork Revival. And it was Gordon McCall's event. And it was
It's like a spin on the Goodwood formula,
Yeah.
but it's like fancy cars and jets and stuff. Like it's at the Jet Center, the Monterey Jet Center.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think. It's
very bougie.
It was an iconic show every single year, and Gordon eventually sold the rights to the show to, I believe, Haggerty. But when me and Dane used to go, ooh, good times,
What a
man.
time.
It was. The cars you see there during that week are some of the most insane you'll ever see. That's where all the stories of, me and Dane over at the Quail at the golf course wiping down Ferrari after Ferrari.
You got tired of wiping down La Ferraris.
I got tired of wiping down La Ferraris. I found the La
At what
Ferraris
point in your life can you say that?
to be extremely annoying to wipe down eventually. But basically what it was is during the Quail, there is a morning dew that happens every morning, right? So these cars would essentially get like this nice thick layer of golf course, just wet dew on them.
Makes for amazing pictures, I gotta say. The
Amazing
fog
pictures.
that rolls through, it's beautiful.
The temperature, the vibes are immaculate. The sun coming up through the fog, it's amazing. The golf course has like a fog that goes along like the first foot layer of the grass, and we would go out there and we have to clean these cars. So there was a combination of a few things. Basically, what we would do is we'd go out to the event, right, which was the McCall's Motorworks Revival. We'd go and get checked in, and we usually stayed somewhere in like Capitola Beach, California, is usually where we would stay. Really cute little town there. And we'd stay there. And then from there, we would take a bus. The bus would take us to the Monterey Jet Center. And once we got to the Monterey Jet Center, we would actually begin by prepping all the cars for that show. So meaning that we would have to either detail them, wash them, polish them, sometimes coat them, depending on what we were doing. But it was a great opportunity for us to grab pictures for the Rad Company products, and obviously go and build relationships. And so we would do that for about 2 days is what it was. And then on the second day, that night was the big party. And so Gordon McCall had his big Motorworks Revival party where the Jets had red carpets. There was the bougiest vendors ever. They literally sold diamonds and jewelry at this event because it was so bougie.
My favorite thing ever was Nate, though.
Yeah.
When he responded and they asked, he goes into the private jet. He has a seat. The gal walks up who clearly like works for the private jet company or something. She goes, "Oh, what do you fly?" And he looks up and very like seriously goes, "Alaska."
Yeah,
that
was there. It was
amazing.
very embarrassing.
Amazing.
Yeah, we anyway. So between checking out the flights, between checking out the planes and the cars, I mean, this is where we're seeing McLaren F1s in person. I mean, we're seeing some of the craziest cars we'll ever see. This was around the time too when
300
Ford,
SL Gullwings, all that good stuff.
Ford vs Ferrari came out, so they actually brought in a lot of the cars from the Ford vs Ferrari movie and actually
Ferrari
displayed them there in the Jet Center. And so that night, that party is always amazing. They'd make this giant pot of like paella. There was sliders. There was, I mean, just incredible food. And
basically, you're making me jealous of old us.
Yeah, well, and then we had like caviar with gold flakes on it and like weird like escargot, like all these crazy rich people stuff, and it was always a blast. So then
outside of that, I'd have no idea what any of that stuff was like.
Well, then
but
after
it was a fun
that
little
party,
window.
After that party, it would be the Quail prep, right? So then it would be 2 days essentially at the Quail, which was the setup day where all the cars would be coming into the Quail, the golf course, and then the show day, right, which is basically the main event. And so during the prep day, we'd go and clean up the cars. We would go grab photos. I mean, this is where we would see McLaren P1 GTRs. We would see all the Koenigseggs. I somehow got wrapped up with the Lotus people, and I became
that was actually really cool.
And I was just walking by, and they were like, "Hey, are you a detailer?" I said, "Yeah." They're like, "We don't have one." And I go, "Oh, sorry, Lotus. I'm just kind of already with this other group of people making runs on other cars." And they go,
Please,
can you
help us.
Can you be our detailer for Lotus for the show?" And I was just like, man. and
you're cleaning their Avaya concept car. That thing was amazing.
Was it the Evora or the Amira?
Well, the Amira was just on the verge of coming out. It was in the process of being made.
Whatever it was.
The Avaya concept car, though, was the insane one they had, where you can like see through the entire body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was super cool.
Anyway, I don't remember
Yeah.
what cars I even. Honestly, I don't even remember. I got blacked out. But basically, they were just like, "Can you come and get these cars like full like
You guys
cleans?"
helped.
And so then I'd basically be running between all these fancy cars, running to like the Lotus booth, and then. Needless to say, they really liked me, but I don't think I was going to get a free Lotus at the end of that, which was unfortunate.
Missed opportunity.
So, but no, crazy times. And then the day of the show is when we would go and wipe down all the morning dew off the cars before the big show day. And that was because they were already detailed, so all they really needed was a little bit of paint gloss and a microfiber towel, and they were pretty much good to go. But as you can imagine, it was just a lot of work, and your arms are tired, back's tired, and then you get to enjoy the actual show day, which is cool. But my point of this is that Gabriel Garcia of the Rag Company and Full Send Carson Black are down there right now, along with other fans of the program, including Joey Belinsky, Alex Dewar, Sydney Brigwen, Ryan over at Fine Detailing. Is there anybody missing?
You got a whole crew down there.
Jason,
you got tons of people. You got the whole
Chicago
PNS
Auto
crew.
Pros,
I mean,
the entire
they're all
PNS
there,
crew.
so they're having fun.
It's like a giant. They're having a lot of fun. It's like a giant, like I don't know, like detailing party. And during the which is the Motor Lux event, is what they're calling it now. They do have an auction there, like a pretty decent auction.
The Broad Arrow auctions. You can actually watch them live on YouTube, and there's one going on right now, as a matter of fact. So if you want to open a second tab and just mute that and have it in the background, I wouldn't blame you.
You can actually probably see Carson or Gabe.
We saw Gabe in the background when they had the Fiat Jolly in yesterday.
Yeah, which I think that's pretty.
It's very
fun.
funny to see him there.
So, anyways, worth checking out. It's a really good event. I mean, I guess it's worth checking out live. If you're ever down in Monterey during Monterey Car Week, I mean, you don't even really have to go to an event. You'll just see
anywhere in that town. You'll see amazing cars,
hundreds, if not 1,000, supercars just cruising around, and it's always a nice sight to see. So, anyways, they're out there doing that. We're holding down the fort here.
Yeah.
But they've been posting pictures and stuff, and I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of content, short form content that Carson has been shooting while they've been down there.
Yeah. And on that note, I have plenty of questions to get to, comments and such. So I'm going to start popping those up on the screen.
Let's do it.
Let's start with Dan Pfeiffer. All right. What's he saying?
Good afternoon. Word up from a cloudy Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday, TRC gang. Between weather and busy life, my vehicles have been neglected. Hoping to get some detailing in this weekend. Ooh, Dan, I hope you're able to do that as well.
Yeah.
He says he spent hours last weekend getting getting tree sap off his son's Jeep. No
Don't like
fun.
that.
Oof. Yeah, tree sap.
What's your go-to sap removal? Like when you find like fresh sap, what do you turn into? Yeah, hand sanitizer is a good one.
Depends. Like I've had different sap experiences in my lifetime. Like I've had the globs, little sap globs. I've had it to where it's been little spore spots with little sap on it.
We used Stoner Terminator when we were taking it off of Rob Ferretti's NSX, right?
I know, Dane, that was like 7 years ago. We have other products since then.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, somebody's got it laying around.
We have things like T and Ulex.
Well,
and
I would
Maze
definitely
and stuff.
prefer to use those.
But no, sap for the most part, though. I mean, that was a nightmare. That was not just sap, Dane.
No,
that was sap and road paint.
Road paint. Yellow road paint on a blue
paint.
NSX. It really kind of stood out.
It was tar, sap, and road. It was like the three horsemen of the apocalypse on one NSX, and it kind of ruined the NSX for me. I don't want that car anymore after cleaning it.
I still loved it though,
it took me
because
like 10 hours to detail
I just
that thing.
filmed you cleaning it, so I didn't have to go through the arduous process.
Anyway, but. No,
so
that's
Megan
not
was
fun.
asking.
But then other types of sap too is the worst type of sap, I think, or one of my least favorites, is when it creates a sap film. Meaning you walk out to something and there's just so much of it that it becomes a large sticky film. And what it feels like almost is kind of like a straight up like adhesive backing off of a sticker. Like if you were to pull off a sticker, it's all liquid adhesive. It's that, but sap.
Like a tired adhesive that had been kind of dropped in the dirt a little, so it's a little gritty. It doesn't quite have the same adhesion, but it's enough that it just feels gross. Yeah.
Megan asking
Definitely.
what Dan uses for sap. The next up here we have Megan says, "Hey y'all, logged in from Tallahassee, Florida.
Well, welcome, Megan. Happy to have you here from Tallahassee or wherever you choose to log in from next.
Dane, you ever been to the old Hassie?
I don't believe I've been to Hassie. I've been to, the Key West. I drove down through the Keys before in a rental Mustang and different stuff like that. It's fun. Yeah.
They used to call you,
Florida.
they used to call you Key West Dane, right?
Did they?
And I actually think it got you banned for most of Key West.
I thought they called me Key Lime, but
that was a different time. Okay, anyways, Hans
been
Closen
many such occasions.
says,
Roadhouse.
What the fiber? It's towel day again. What's up, fiber people?
Hans,
the
welcome
man
to
with the dragon tattoo. Welcome to the party, man. Happy to have you here.
Constantinos saying hello from Greece. Could you recommend 1 to 2 combinations of pads and compound to finish black non-metallic paint, please? Any tips on how to measure car polish? Thank you very much. Measuring car polish. Now, why? What's with the measurement thing here? Is he saying like the volume he's putting onto a pad or something like that? Is that what we're talking about here, Constantinos?
Okay, let's just see. Could you recommend 1 to 2 combinations of pads and compound to finish black non-metallic paint? Just gloss black paint. So, any tips on how to measure car polish? I don't know what that means for measure car polish. I don't know what you're trying to say there.
Usually it's just like
measure car
dotting
paint?
it, dabbing it. It's like how much toothpaste do you put on a toothbrush? It kind of depends on what you're vibing with that day, but
if you're in Greece, things that are probably available to you, usually I would assume anything from Sonax is available to you, anything from Rupes
they
is probably
definitely have
available
Sonax
to you.
there.
I really like the Rupes system. If you can get a hold of that, so Rupes Coarse, Rupes Fine, both the blue bottle and the yellow bottle of their compounds, but those paired with the yellow wool, I should say, and the blue coarse wool, and then the yellow foam pad. Between those 2-3 pads there, and those 2 polishes and compounds, you should pretty much be able to do most things. So I'd probably go there.
I think being in Greece, they're close enough to Italy. They're all around the Med. So yeah, I think they shouldn't have trouble getting a hold of some Rupes products, and they are great. All right.
Next up here, we've got Tamara Chase says, "Oh boy, I got to see Lucas. Yay! Hello everyone.
Hello, Tamara. Lucas,
hello.
Wave to the camera. Up above your head there. There you go.
Right there, you got it.
You had it.
I had it.
Yeah,
you're in the bucket. Now you gotta wait. You gotta wave directly at the camera, my man.
We call him.
There you go. Yeah, there we go.
Hope you're doing well.
Lucas with the good hair. Next up here.
Lucas with the good hair.
Like that,
all right, Becky. All right. ProShine.
What's up, Tal people? What's going on, ProShine? Good to see you here in the chat. Hey. Welcome back. Bo James, snap into a Slim Jim.
You got to say it like that.
So, Dane, remember that one time on a road trip where you ate multiple Monster Slim Jims and you drank some full sugar Red Bulls?
Yeah.
And then we turned around because you said that you needed to find a bathroom. And I looked in the back seat, and you're holding your stomach like this. And you go, I don't feel good. And I go, and I look, and I see the wrappers of Slim Jims.
When you are suffering from self-inflicted gurgles.
Yeah, and empty Red Bull cans. I go, oh, no crap, Dane. You only have Red Bulls and Slim Jims. Yeah.
You can be a smart person in a number of ways and still make stupid decisions because there's a latency to it.
Dane's just, I have to go to the bathroom.
Definitely self-inflicted wound there.
Anna Longfield says, what's up, everyone?
Hey, Anna. Nice to see you there.
Steve the Foamer. Matt Mormon has infected my head.
Might want to get that checked out.
At TRC, he cut the tire nibs. Now I am cutting off oh, no.
Oh, no.
I want to ignore them, but I can't anymore. How do I get mad out of my head? Two priests. Yeah. I don't know why.
Matt actually thinks you're crazy sometimes.
I'm not.
Like, you are a different kind from Matt, and yet you do have some overlap. But even he is sometimes caught off guard by the things that you obsess over that he doesn't.
Yeah, we have different levels of crazy.
Yeah. But it's different directions, though. You guys steer
I gotta say, though, that tire denibbing is like the least of my.
You don't care about.
I just don't see them. Like, you know how people say, "Oh, look at the tire nibs." I don't.
To me, they're gonna wear themselves off eventually. What do I care? Drive the car enough, and you won't have to worry about it.
My mind doesn't recognize a tire nib.
I enjoy taking cars to corners hard enough that the sidewall does actually get a little attention from the asphalt. Yeah. So the nibs, not an issue. Not for this guy. All right. David Boyce. What product are we featuring today? Any Starnaglass products on board? Would be nice to see their glazed liquid used. You know? What do you think? Like Glacier? Something like that?
Yeah, maybe that's what... I don't know what Lucas... We told Lucas that he has... carp launch here, whatever he wants to use.
It's
Lucas,
true.
what are you actually using right now?
Well, I gave him Optimum stuff to use, because that's what I put in the thumbnail.
So, got a variety of stuff. So for wheels and tires, they're pretty hammered. So I'm pre-treating them with clean APC from Armor, diluted 4:1. And then I'm going through with their tire cleaner, just as a second round on the tires, their wheel cleaner, and then finishing up with beads just for a little bit of protection. And then for the actual wash process, we're gonna hit them with some Optimum touchless for the pre-wash. Then we got some Opti-Coat M-Wash. And then I think we're gonna give it a quick clay and finish it up with some Hyper Seal.
That'll
Nice.
really benefit from some clay, for sure.
Nice.
Oh, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's nice. All right, thank you, David. And then I got Hans. Papa Chrome is back.
Papa Chrome is back. He
Here,
is back,
live,
and he is in
the flesh. Hey,
Dan-
look, Dane showed up this week.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Dan, for joining us. I've been here the whole time. It's just I've been, chained to a radiator in the back room.
It wasn't a full-size radiator, Dan. It was a quite small radiator, so it wasn't hot, I should say.
I mean, that
Just
server's got to keep cool
Mildly
somehow.
uncomfortable. Ron says, yo, Dane, you let Dane out of the cage. We did let Dane out of the cage.
Dane uncaged. All right. DS, finally, some Dane time.
Then how does this feel?
Look at this love. I'm feeling good. You guys
getting
actually missed me.
love today.
You know what? I feel like when I unfortunately have this problem where I do pay attention to analytics, and every time I'm here versus like having Sydney or a cool guest on, the views go down when I'm here. So I know I can count on you guys, but I guess other people have some other
Then what
opinions.
does it mean when I'm gone and views go up?
Well, depends on who's in your seat. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, Dane.
I like having you here. Anthony's my guy.
And then
so.
David Boyce says, "Oh yeah, my man, the Idaho Afro." Yes, that's exactly what it is.
It's the
Appreciate
Idaho.
you, David.
Yeah. He actually uses potato starch to keep it
that's what that is.
that rigid.
That makes sense.
Is that true?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
making
what do
stuff
you
up.
use?
what do you use? What do you use typically?
What's
like
crazy is I just
Aquanet?
wake up and I'm just flawless, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, it
You've
just
never seen
is.
anything like it before.
Really?
He was
No,
just
I'm
born
kidding.
like that.
A little bit of product, boom, 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 blow dryer.
I mean,
about
there's
it.
definitely a blow dryer, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ronnie Yacht saying, hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Hello, Ron.
Neil White says, Wagon Wednesday, Thursday. Dane Anthony, did you see Weapons? Like, not like, I loved it. Neil?
We saw it last night.
Last night, we did.
Went to a late showing.
Just me and Dane. It was our little
Yep.
date. We went at 9.
Little bro
It
time.
was like 9:50 at night. It's funny.
It ended right before midnight.
Everybody, like my wife and then like everybody here at work's like, so you guys just like go off like gallivanting at like 9:50 to movies?
You
And I go,
put your kids to sleep, and then you're like, finally, I'm free. And then you're like, all right, Dane, let's go watch a movie.
I'm like Batman, you know what I mean? I'm like Bateman or whatever, or not Bateman. That's the other commercial. Anyways,
no. Oh, no.
the Jason Bateman commercials. I don't know if you've seen those, but if I think it's like
Yeah, I think I get it.
Anyways, but
So what'd you think of the movie?
sorry, I guess I didn't think about Bateman at night.
no.
So, anyways, my bad. The movie was awesome. Like I actually
loved it.
I love the pacing of it. I thought it was really. I was engaged. I was engaged the entire time. I didn't once get bored. And I will say the ending, massive payoff. That was great. And then again, I love the humor because I'd watched the director's previous movies, Barbarian, for example, and Barbarian was like a truly a very scary movie, right? It made me kind of uncomfortable. But at that halfway point of Barbarian, there's just this hilarious scene that like offers like a ton of comedic value, and it makes you just feel better about the whole experience. It was kind of the same thing with this, right? There was
This
an
had like
equal
moments
amount-
of humor that undercut the tension of what was going on.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that when I was looking at reviews after we saw it, because I didn't want to spoil anything for myself going in. Yeah. But other people love it. And I will say, I'm not a horror movie guy. Like, I like classic horror movies like The Shining or like the original Alien and stuff like that. So I guess I'm more of like a sci-fi comedy action movie kind of guy. So horror is not always my thing, but I have to say the structure of the movie, just like the way it was pieced together, I loved how the whole thing was put together, and the acting was really good.
Yep.
And I give it an 8.5 out of 10. And that's high praise coming from me, because I'm usually very critical,
Very high
very
praise.
picky. So I will say I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. So,
And this is coming, once again, from a non-horror movie guy. So if you're not into horror movies, you might still like it. I was freaked out a few times for sure,
Oh,
but the
Dane
tension,
was great.
the tension was real. And also Anthony and I both. Anthony's looking at me while we're watching the movie. He's like, "Dane, you can't close your eyes. You have to look directly at the screen." And I'm shaking my head, going,
Oh my
and he's
God.
going, "You can't look." And the whole time he's telling me this, he's got his head turned as far over my direction as possible, so he's not looking at the screen either.
I'm like, Dane, you keep your eyes on that screen. And he's just
No,
like, you're not even looking.
you're not
I'm
even
like,
looking.
Because I'm looking at you to make sure we're both looking at the same time. So seeing a scary movie with Dane is quite fun. Highly
Very
recommend. 10 out of 10. But that movie, I mean, I don't know. It was a good combination of entertainment, and the pacing was good. But
Yeah.
there was a couple scenes where I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever. And
Just like a passing moment.
yeah, like a passing moment. But like outside of that, though, again, I didn't expect it to take the turn it did.
No, the
That
end
was like not what I
I'll
expected.
put it this way, not spoiling anything. Towards the end, the last like
Dane.
5-10 minutes, we were cheering at
Oh,
the
okay,
screen.
yeah,
We
yeah,
were
yeah,
cheering. We were literally going like, yeah! Like, it's that kind of movie. I was not expecting to go to a movie
Like,
where
we
we
only
actually
had-
literally
We had
excited.
like 5
yeah.
people in our theater, and all 5 of us were cheering at the end. I mean, that
It
just
was fun.
so I can only imagine if there's somewhere out there in the U.S. there's a packed theater for weapons, and how many people would be cheering at the end. It's really fun.
So there's your review, Neil. Spoiler free. All right. One who shall remain nameless. What is our name for him today? Hey, Lucas. Lucas, my man, you are naming the one who shall remain nameless today. What is his name?
Bartholomew sounds fun.
Bart for short,
Can you do Bart
perhaps?
for short? Okay.
Okay, we'll call him Bart. Bart says, "Oh, damn. I tuned in just in time to see my boy Lucas Blaine, the man, the myth, the legend, doing a wash."
That's me, live in the
That's
flesh.
right. Next up, we've got Bama Tim, 84. What's he saying?
Question. I just got a 2017 Challenger RT with a
All right.
factory hood vinyl. What do you recommend to clean and protect the matte vinyl hood? Thanks. Really any other spray sealant that you're going to put on the rest of the car. That matte, that vinyl, as long as you're not like overdoing it with any type of like crazy spray sealants or mold or layering a bunch of ceramic sealants over the top, you'll be fine. The reason why I say is that you'll get some streaking and buildup at some point with just too much protection trying to go into the vinyl. But if you're using, if the car has been ceramic coated or if it's been waxed already and you're just looking to maintain it, you could do a quick detail with every wash as just a drying aid. You could put something like Bead Maker on it. You're basically, you can apply most of the things that you would normally use over the top of that vinyl, but don't go crazy with like 15 different spray sealants, and it should always look uniform. It should look good, but congratulations, that's pretty sweet.
No, that's awesome. Congrats on the new car. And a fellow Mopar enthusiast here, AT4, popping in saying, "So, that Metrovac sale, I tried using the code and it failed.
Oh,
What's the
no.
story there?"
It was Metro 15.
That's all it was.
That's all
Just
it
Metro?
was. Metro
1.5.
15. Sale went from Monday through Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, AT4. That seems odd. Did you reach out to customer service? Because if you did, in fact, place an order at that time and it failed or something, they can probably follow up with you, but you just have to ask.
Did your order go through? If it went through, then we can just refund you. But I mean, if it didn't go through,
Or
then
if you he didn't continue in the order when it was
I don't
failing
know.
or something.
Maybe if you
let us know a little more.
Call Lucas Blaine over in customer service.
Yeah, he would know a thing or two
And-
about a thing or two.
Say pretty please. What do you think, Lucas?
I think I got the power to make that happen, possibly.
Right, Lucas. So here's the deal. Everybody that's in this chat, you're gonna want to get on Lucas's good side, right?
Hey,
I control
our
what
chat,
happens with your orders. Just remember that, people.
Yeah,
Our chat is family here, right?
they're family.
family.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
Feel nice
family
for being
here.
to
Not the Vin Diesel voice.
And
but-
AT4 is absolutely way in that family. He's been around for a good while now. We appreciate him. We'll
Yes.
take care of you, man.
Yeah.
We do that
So-
for anybody, but like especially you. Just talk to him, man.
Yeah, just hit up Lucas, AT4. We'll, if there's a will, there's a way. We can make something happen for you.
All right.
Next up, Bo James
Mm-hmm.
says, give us a clue. A clue of what?
A clue about what it was you were hinting at earlier. You were talking about maybe a little something happening, and and he's just sitting there dying, wanting to have some kind of indication of what that is you were alluding to.
Don't know if I can do
You could drop.
that.
You could drop like a little teensy hint, maybe something
It's shiny.
shiny. Is it an object or something that'll help something else become shiny?
It's the second one.
Okay, noted. All right,
It's something
I think
that'll
that's a
help
clue,
something
Bo.
else become shiny.
Not bad. That's a
There's
good place
more
to start.
it, but I'm going to start there.
We're gonna breadcrumb it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, Bart says, Happy Friday, Junior, TRC, from sunny, humid, and hot Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I'll be listening while on my drive home today. Well, thank
Good
you.
man, Bart. And yeah, Lucas, once again, while you're doing the work here, tell people what you're foaming that Avant down with right now.
This is some Optimum touchless decon wash. So, you know, a little pre-wash soap action.
Dude, it's going on pretty good.
Yeah,
let's
that's
get
what I was
let's
gonna
get
say.
another
Yeah,
shot of
it
that
is.
foam, shall we?
That's some
I'm
good
about
looking
out,
foam.
but let's see if I
look
can get
at
some
that.
more rolling for
I mean,
you.
granted, it's a white car,
But it's a great shot.
Yeah.
And you know what? Our cameras aren't blown out anymore because of that wrap on the wall. That helped fix a lot. So shout out to Josh and Josh for all the hard work.
So right now, Lucas is doing a touchless soap, and this is going to help with some of the cleaning power, right? A little pre-treatment clean.
Mm-hmm.
And we find that the touchless stuff is pretty decent.
yeah.
It's better than probably not doing anything at all, especially on something a vehicle this filthy. But really, I am curious to see what this is going to look like once he starts rinsing.
There
So-
we go.
Next up,
Eric Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
what are some of your favorite toppers for CSL and EXO? Ooh.
I mean, EXO kind of is the topper.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, what your favorite, you know?
Oh,
kinda-
well,
kinda-
I
kinda
mean,
place-
you keep it
call
the
'em-
family. You
call
do
'em play sprays.
C2V4.
That's going to be my new thing. So we know what clay sprays are.
Yes.
We know what spray sealants are.
Mhm.
We know what quick detailers are.
Toppers?
No, these are no topper moppers. No, these are going to be.
No, the toppers. They top the tops.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
mean,
know a thing
well,
or two about
oh,
top,
okay.
but
That's
I mean,
enough-
what I was going to say though is that I think we should call these play sprays, right? They're just to play.
Play sprays. Okay, so like,
They're just
for
for
example,
fun.
P&S Dreammaker, kind of a play
Kind of a
spray
play
because
spray,
it's something
yeah.
that it doesn't last a long time, but it just makes it look that extra bit like more
Yeah,
amazing.
some of the quick details out there are play sprays. They're not really for necessarily protection or anything. They're more for the smell, the slickness during drying or wiping everything down.
Some quick detailers will qualify, others maybe not. Like maybe you'd be kind of picky about which ones fall into the mix of what counts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
something to think
I like
about.
Play sprays. I think that's
Is that a pressure washer just sitting on the ground? Come on.
Dane. It's okay. He's not
I'm just
hurting
calling him out.
Dane.
So some unfortunate news, guys. I just received a word that the water might be shutting off here in a couple minutes.
What? Oh.
So I'm going to try and get this thing rinsed off at least.
Okay.
What?
Before that happens.
Tell you what, maybe fill up a bucket back there while you're at it, so you got a wet
They're
bucket ready
shutting
to
off
go.
our supply.
That's some smart stuff, Dane.
Yeah. Well, I did see him cutting a hole in the parking lot with some excavators earlier.
Oh, yeah.
We might have to do a rinseless on this thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. This could be a very exciting wash. This just turned into a race against the clock. All right, Carl F. Anthony. It should remain a touchless subject, no trace or any streaks.
What would happen?
He's referring to you hinting at what was coming up. So I think they're just trying to make little jokes. And Jimbo Slice with a ooh baby, although I had Babe T, which is odd. I don't know what to make of that. Then we've got Carl F. Really, he just wants Built Hamber to happen. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You and us both.
I know what you're saying.
Then we got our other Lucas here, popping in saying, good evening, guys, and good to see you back, Dane. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate you. Bart, back at it again. What's he saying?
Everyone needs to have an M22 in their drawer. Drawer. I did a rinse list on a Subaru Outback, directly followed by an F-150 crew cab with a cap, and the M22 was ready for more. Wow. I think that's a huge testament to the M22.
No, the M22's been getting consistent praise.
That's our code name, remember?
Yeah.
M22, the Locust Tank. Very cool. Next up here. Ron says, I got my G-Technic bag the other day. The mystery gift was a 500ml bottle of C2V4. Ooh.
That's a good way to go, friend. Yeah.
Ron, that's a nice pull. I like that. But I know there was a couple mystery bottles to choose from. I don't know which one.
They're not all the same thing, Ron. So actually, some people, if they got a bag, did get something different. But in your case, you got C2V4. That's great.
Yeah,
and how are you liking that bag, by the way? If you could give us like a little review now that you actually have it, I'd love to hear what you think of it. Because those did look pretty cool. We got Shark Blue Turbo here with what appears to be, oh goodness, am I seeing that right? Yeah, that's an E30 3 Series there. I want that Audi, he says. Okay, so he's probably a German car enthusiast.
He could be.
Could be. Ryan Rigdon, hey, Dane's back. Happy Friday Eve to the both of you. Aw, Ryan, always love seeing you here.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy, appreciate you. And then we've got Carlos Miranda with a happy Thursday, my friends.
What's going on,
and
Carlos?
A happy Thursday back at you. And Bo James, what's Bo saying?
Says, I just got a new Mazda CX-70. What protection do new cars ship with? Because it definitely has some. Should I strip it to a coating right away? I want to take advantage of the near flawless paint. Totally. You could do that.
Okay.
It's up to you. I mean, most of the times newer cars will have either some type of... Some of them will come from the factory or at least, from the dealer with some type of, whatever coating they have. I don't know. There's 50,000 different names they'll use. But sometimes they'll have that, whether you wanted it or not. Other times, certain cars may just be maybe even wiped down or cleaned with something like a spray sealant that has something left behind. We're finding that a lot more dealerships are kind of catching up to some better products. And so during just their wash process, they may be wiping it down with something that has some decent protection. It's not like unheard of.
Wow. I'm looking at the shot again now with fresh eyes, and that background with the concrete wall really does look significantly better. It helps the contrast against the car. I like that a lot.
It also makes it like it gives us like a good side and a dark side, right? I'm the evil side right now.
Well, I think eventually that white side is going to be black, or is it going to be a different color? I'm not sure. I know it's going to be contrast though, because the white unfortunately just like washes stuff out when you put a white car in front of it. So something to note. Anyway, I've got Ron here asking, Bo, do you have a paint gauge? Mazda paint is beautiful, but notoriously thin. Let me tell you, as a 22 Miata owner, that paint is real thin.
Yeah, no,
real thin.
Anthony Blaine has a 2024,
PPF that
2023 Mazda, what is it, CX-90, what is it?
He's got a CX-70 because he doesn't have the third row. I think he got the 2-row version.
Yeah.
70s are 2 rows, 90s are 3 row. Otherwise, same vehicle.
It's the soul red. It's beautiful, amazing color.
Gorgeous.
But he's got a few chips on it, and when I'm looking at these chips, I go, no way is the paint that thin.
It is.
Like, it is.
It really is.
Not just paper thin. It's like, oh my gosh, like how is the paint sticking to this? So I do recommend, if you do have a Mazda, anything newer, PPF would probably be a massive help in the long run.
I'm going to momentarily shout out, hey Lucas, if you can hear me, I just want to mention to you, I think it would be a good idea to fill up one of those buckets with a bunch of water just in case you have plain, just non-diluted with any other kind of product water in case they shut off our water and we need to mix water into something. Just saying. All right, you can run the faucet back there while you're power washing. It should be just fine. All right, next up, I've got Alkaline Topat. Would y'all, that's Dan by the way, would y'all recommend track wrap for a road trip? Should I be concerned about it lifting paint off of the car? What's your take on track wrap?
Dan did ask me
what
he's
going
I think
for.
a Facebook comment. I don't know if I messaged him back. I think I was either I did message him back or I was typing something and then forgot to finish the message. I can't remember, Dan, but I've
written Dan several times in the last couple days.
In short, track wrap, I think would be fine. I think with heat, it's probably okay. My biggest concern is that if you're going on a massive road trip and you're going during when weather might be a little bit warm, I'd be mostly concerned of what the sun with the engine heat could do and all of that over time. I think you'd probably be fine. You know, some people do the blue painter's tape. I mean, I've never really seen anything bad happen with blue painter's tape.
The painter's tape is lower adhesion. It's pretty safe. It looks pretty ugly depending on who you ask. But if you're just trying to keep it safe, who cares?
No, but blue painter's tape only does so much too.
But in the heat, I mean, you can run into issues, sure, with anything, with the sun beating down on it enough. Although I know what vehicle he's getting.
Track wrap is probably fine because, I mean, again, they did make that design for track usage. I think you'll be fine. It's just it's super expensive.
It's very temporary.
And it's temporary. They do have the roll-on like film as well, or you like roll it on and it turns into a film. I don't know how well that'll hold up, but I understand what you're trying to do, and I think there's one of those options is whatever you think would be the best. I've looked into that stuff before in the past, but nowadays I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with all the latest stuff.
Right. But the vehicle he's getting is from a manufacturer that is known for having fairly hard, clear, tougher paint. I think he might be okay. I'm going to lean on you're probably all right, but it is kind of an expense compared to blue painter's tape considering how briefly it's going to be on the car. Bo James
says, I don't. Are they expensive? Should I get one?
He's asking about paint depth gauges.
Oh, yeah.
Then we've got Juice Free saying, what's up, gang? Hello, Juice. It would not be a show these days without you popping in. Still don't know who this guy is, though.
Is there... Oh. Did you fill up the bucket?
Almost. I got about solid 2.5 gallons, I'd say.
What did I say?
Yeah, Dane kind of called it. Is there anything left in the pressure washer? You could drain that Sierra Spotless. Sierra Spotless would fill up a little bit left of that.
Yeah.
I would...
There you go. Yeah, there's still some left in the line.
I'm going to turn it off, though, so I don't blow it up.
Yeah, turn it off
don't
so
burn
it's
it
not
up.
sucking up any air. But
you know what, though? This is the right time to be making a, rinseless wash. Rinseless wash
this
setup.
is a live situation of we've lost running water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what do? Rinseless wash.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. You're on a water restriction. You can still wash your car safely. Imagine that. All right, next up, I've got David Boyce responding to Carlson saying, I initially had a problem with a weak sputtering spray stream. Watch another video by Anthony Fisher. He put a CH in there for some reason. It turns out my felt filter was dirty and crusty hard. Problem was the result. Those filters, people don't pay close attention to those filters, but they do matter.
David, I am so excited that you worked that out. So, if I remember, Lucas, didn't David reach out about this issue with his IK foamer?
Let me take a gander.
David Boyce, remember the filter issue? I think I remember that.
Yeah, this was Carlson's comment, by the way.
I think he was able to get it figured out, too.
Yeah, and that he placed that order from us, right?
Yes, correct.
Gotcha, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't know.
All right.
South Carlson.
Well, that's what he was responding
Gotcha,
to. So,
gotcha.
Now we're moving along in line. We're on to page 2. Hey, we're doing pretty good today. We're not that far behind. Nico RS saying hello from France. Welcome, sir. And that is a very cool Ford Focus you got there. Yeah,
green.
I like that.
Very green.
Super green. That was a fun color. You guys are the only ones who got that particular generation Focus. Yeah, we didn't get that generation. That's the one that actually had the Volvo 5-cylinder in it for the RS model. Sounded amazing.
Ron Ayotte says, Bo James, you can get that NXT PTG gauge for $200. It measures in mils or microns. Lets you know if the car is still aluminum or zinc or still zinc alloy, if the paint is original. Ron, I have that one. It's amazing. I love that gauge. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be as good as it was. It's really cool.
Well, that's a nice surprise. And then he also follows up, or if there's a second layer of paint or any body filler.
Yeah, it'll just tell you like body filler says like has body filler.
That's
in this
amazing,
section.
actually.
So
that's the kind
cool.
of info you want.
Dan Pfeiffer says, I used to Tarex. It works well to remove sap. However, it leaves some smearing and product behind. Need to use an APC degreaser afterwards to get everything off. Takes several steps. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got Kevin Kinsella here saying, would KC Finish Spray exterior be a good drying aid if you're washing with hard water? He's talking about KCX, that's Koshemi FSE, which is designed to be kind of a scale remover kind of deal. It's meant to be like a water spot remover for fresh water spots. Say you just got hit with like irrigation sprinklers or something. If you get to it fast enough, use that. But the beauty of the whole point of FSE is that it's a quick detailer with the water spot remover in it, so you don't need to neutralize when you're done. You can just wipe off, which with other water spot removers, they're pretty strong, so you have to neutralize them with something else. That's the beauty of FSE. You just wipe it on and wipe it off.
Yep.
Yeah. Then, well, he's asking, though, would it be okay for hard water? I mean, yeah. As a drying aid?
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt.
So sorry.
Yeah, it's not
basically,
gonna
yes,
hurt.
you can do that. I wouldn't do it every single time. I mean, it's one of those where
I would use a rinseless wash, actually.
FSE would be great on door jams, touching up spots. If you have runoff from the wash where you have a residual water that you've rinsed with and it's coming out your mirrors or your door handles or things like that, FSE is great to touch that up. But I wouldn't use it consistently on the exterior with every wash, and the only reason for that is that due to the mineral deposit remover, like that limescale remover they have in there. Over time, that could degrade your protection. I mean, it would take a little while, but if you had a coating or a wax or a sealant, just over time, that would degrade a little bit more at a chemical level.
But that's why, for example, if you had like Optimum No Rinse as your drying aid, that'd be really easy, because then the spots you get left behind, polymer spots, you wipe them right up, easy. And it softens the water in the process as well.
Yeah, that's like that. Just replace whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
With a rinseless wash, and then you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what Dane was trying
Dead
to say.
simple. Yes.
Lucas says, just confirm the M22. What a fantastic balanced drying towel. Perfect dimensions. Glad you like
somebody
it, Lucas.
Appreciates the compact size. It pays off. It's dense,
Beer
but it's
can
not
Dan.
overly sized. Yeah, it's the beer can Dan of drying towels. If
It
you know
is.
what we mean, you know what we mean.
Yeah.
All right. Boise lads or bois lads. Ballads?
What is that picture of?
Oh, you know what? That's a smushed version of the emoji, the emoji.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's just hand drawn in MS Paint, it looks like.
Is there
anyway.
is there a difference between perforated versus a non-perforated clay towel mitt? I bought a Max Shine clay mitt. It doesn't have the holes, which makes me scared to dry my paint. So back in the day, non-perforated clay mitts / towels used to be really popular. This would have been like the nanoskin products, things like that. The non-perforated stuff was fine. It would get clogged up really fast. You'd pull out of contamination, and that contamination wouldn't really be able to go anywhere. That was the big problem, is that a lot of that stuff would sit on the surface of your clay, and you would continue to essentially scrub it into your paint, and you don't want that, right? That's not ideal. So the perforations not only allow a rinse hole essentially, but it's kind of like a porthole. It's able to where you can flush the towel out from the back, from the front, and with the proper amount of lubrication, you have somewhere for the contamination to go that is away from that surface level.
That way it's not getting trapped.
Of the paint. And so there is a difference there. I'd probably call it a safety difference, maybe. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be able to clay or decontaminate your car. It's just some people like the kind of the safety net that the perforated clay has. Me personally, I like that as well. But I mean, if you think about traditional clay, right? If you think about just your normal clay bar that you're molding in your hand, I mean, same thing. I mean, once that gets contaminated, I mean, you're going to be rubbing that all over your paint. That's why with people with a clay bar, you're constantly reforming and remolding it to try to get a nice new clean surface. But with a clay towel or clay mitt that's just non-perforated, that's just the one thing is all you get what you get then. That's it. That's the only surface you're going to be able to touch only surface you're going to be able to touch the paint with. Yeah.
Buyer beware.
All right, here we go.
Nico
Next up here
RS.
says microfiber for wiping ceramic coatings, 70-30 or 80-20.
80-20 is the acceptable place to start, but 70-30 is going to be preferable every time. I mean, even when it comes to our, rip and rags, we make them 70-30 on purpose for the people who are like, oh, I need an inexpensive towel I can do, like, coating wipe down, leveling, stuff like that. You could totally use them for that.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah. But bang for a buck, that's a great way to go, and you still get 70/30. Let's see. S. Carlson following up again with David saying, thank you. No issues with the compressor staying on or anything, though. I think he's still talking about the eFoam Pro.
I don't remember the initial question.
Then we've got, it was basically just kind of like self-help, figuring out, issues.
Shark Blue Turbo says, my TRC dealer has 12x16 245 GSM towels in the ice gray labeled edgeless utility towels. I see they're not on your site. What are they?
They are the predecessor to the Rip and Rags.
They are.
They are actually what we kind of experimented with in terms of like size and shape and stuff before we came around to the Rip and Rags. But they're a good towel, but they are, yes, on the thinner side because they're only 245 GSM. And utility towel is appropriate. But we did carry them on our site at one time. Yeah, a few years ago, you would have seen them on our stuff.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably older stock, but they're a good towel. Like, if you want to have something that's inexpensive, easy to use, just kind of there as something handy, that's exactly what they say on the tin is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, didn't mean to undercut you there.
No, you just said it correct. When the utility towel was the predecessor to the Rip and Rag, that's all it was. And we had that utility towel for many years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was a tried and true thing.
Next up here, we have Nico says, best product to clean and protect Alcantara. Thanks. There's quite a few products out there that are great for Alcantara. I would say realistically, anything in the Color Lock range. Color Lock does sell some dedicated Alcantara products, but KCX also makes Polestar, which is Alcantara safe, and
that's great.
G-Technics Tri-Clean is Alcantara safe.
There's
a lot of products that are Tri-Clean safe, but as far as protecting Alcantara, I don't know if it's necessarily something you want to do. You could do a fabric sealant on it. You could do a spray, smart fabric or something on it to protect it from absorbing anything. But Alcantara does clog up really fast because it is such a
it's brand name
microsuede,
essentially.
Well, yeah, microsuede in general. What happens is it clogs up really fast. It can also soil really fast. It can also pill, right? And so pilling in Alcantara is not fun. And then you're shaving your seats, and then it's a whole thing, right? My best recommendation is to just keep the Alcantara clean. Don't worry so much about the protection, but clean it periodically. I like to use like a white Rip and Rag. It's usually my favorite thing, just so I'm not throwing any dyes into the mix or anything with any cleaners, and that way you can see all the dirt that's getting pulled off. So what you can do is you can take like a spritz of water, right? You can just get some water or probably just water, really.
Yeah.
I use maybe some warm water in a bottle, do a light mist on the Alcantara itself, and then I'll actually have a Rip and Rag, like a white Rip and Rag, in like a bucket of some semi-warm hot water, like some probably warmish water. You can have it in water, you can have it rinseless wash, it's up to you. From there, I squeeze that out, and I kind of have like this nice little steaming kind of warm towel, right? I'll spray my cleaner onto the Alcantara. I'll grab my towel. I'll work it in. Kind of do some light scrubbing back and forth. You can also use a brush if you want to, like a very safe bristle brush. And then after that, after you've worked in the cleaner, then dunk the towel back into the warm water, rinse it out, and then go back and remove any residue from the cleaner itself. And your seat should be pretty freakishly clean at that point. I do know people who do like to do extractions on Alcantara. That's fine every once in a while. But
you don't want to overdo it.
You don't want to leave any detergents behind the Alcantara either, because that way the fibers will start to get kind of dried out.
They like to absorb all that stuff,
and they get just kind of crunchy. And crunchy is not fun.
Crunchy Alcantara, not right. Not
so
good.
Once it feels crunchy, that's usually when it means you've left too much cleaner in it. So you want to go back through and remove that. And then you can actually take a very soft brush and you can just brush Alcantara to lift the fibers up, allow them to dry, and then kind of work them in with your hand. And if you can see the trail and the micro suede of your hands, your hand prints and your hands wiping back and forth, then usually that's a pretty good sign that it's clean.
Yeah,
and
it tends to be pretty directional.
It dried, in a proper way.
As someone who once owned a Subaru SVX as his first car where like 90% of the interior was Alcantara, it's kind of a nightmare if you screw that stuff up. So take good care of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bart says, I feel you on the sap. My driveway has 6 75-ish foot tall pine trees up one side of it, constantly peeing sap and pooping needles all over anything parked in the driveway. Yeah, definitely feel that. Okay, so next up, I've got Bart saying I've had to go back mid-wash and remove fresh sap. That
Ugh.
does not sound like a good time.
Yeah.
And that's why if you can work indoors, it's pretty nice.
But I mean, it's a
But I get it.
trade-off, right?
I understand.
mean, when you have beautiful trees and you have shade, right? All the things that we want. We want shade. We want beautiful trees. You have a car
There's a
that stays
trade-off.
cooler. You have a car that stays more UV protected. It's probably better for your paint, right? In the long run.
It's not
It's
cooking.
not going to fade. It's not going to cook. It's better for your trim. But the trade-off is that you're going to have sap. You're going to have leaves. And you're going to have things like that.
Which
House
can etch, I guess,
the
with
house,
time.
The house I lived in way back in the day, it was like.
I remember
my
the first one I
house?
visited. Yeah,
Massive
you had
trees.
nice trees around. It was
Massive
very nice.
trees everywhere,
Yeah.
and so my driveway was constantly shaded, and so I loved it because like
That
I'd
was
get off
beautiful.
of work, the sun could be at like the 5 o'clock position, and I would still have shade, and I could be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have a nice therapeutic wash out here.
There you go.
I'm gonna enjoy myself. It's gonna be a good time." Because the shade is it's nice, right?
Yeah.
But was there sap? Yeah. Was there leaves that flew onto everything and they would end up in my cowl and they would disintegrate and that crap? Yeah, I hated that as well, right? However, my current house, not one tree is even near my current house, right? I have like a small tree in my yard that's barely anything.
They're down the street.
Yeah, so I am in full sun all day. Every day.
In the morning, it faces your garage.
Yeah.
In the evening, it's your back
I get
patio.
shade about 5 p.m. at my house, but I mean, like, dude, it's full sun like the entire time. And so with that, I would definitely say you're going to have more, potential paint failure being in full sun, unprotected.
Yeah.
Than maybe the trade-off of damage that would happen from a tree.
It depends on how long you plan to own a vehicle, what your obviously everybody's situation is different, but he does say currently my go-to sap remover is leftover hand sanitizer from the COVID days, and for more baked on stuff I go with Stoner Terminator. Literally the things we talked about.
That totally works.
That is what people use. Hanzo.
I have no question this week. Just want to wish everyone well and say hi, Hanzo. Thank you very
You're
much.
so kind.
Appreciate
Thank you.
that. Here we go. 4 minutes left here in the first half of this. When will you get your new products to Romania? That is a great question. I believe Ride Company Europe would be on that.
Patrick and the crew there would have a better answer than we do.
Yeah.
Yes, for that.
So reach out to Ride
specifically.
Company Europe and see what products you're looking for.
Yeah, I believe their website would be theragcompany.shop. There you go. Check it out. And Pro Shine Solutions here saying recommendations for a coating in a high humidity setting. My shop is an old one bay service / gas station. Locking into a mini split or looking into a mini split, but needs something for the time being. Feels like arm day after leveling. Yeah, I mean, if you're using a mini split, you could dehumidify to a degree, but if you're in a high humidity place, they do tend to cure pretty fast, and that's most coatings. I mean, they're all affected by humidity, but different ones will have faster working times. Anthony, I'm sure you got some recommendations, though, on which ones will give them a little more working time.
I think that from what I've heard from everybody I know, I mean, I think the G-Technic stuff, like CSL and XO, work relatively well in higher humidity. XO maybe not as much, but CSL does. I know that Ultimate, or what's it called, Crystal Serum Ultra, not a good humidity. That mean humidity that will cure immediately. I have not had any feedback from Stout yet in a high humidity section. And outside of that, I do know that the Armor Boys use their coatings in high humidity all the time, as they are based out of pretty much Florida, where Bradley is. So there's got to be something within that mix. It's just what's coming to my head right now is not anything like a standout, like, hey, this is the exact coating we sell for a high humidity environment. I would say they're all probably pretty comparable. We don't sell anything that's exceptionally hard to apply in high humidity. So I think you'll be okay with anything. I just say probably pick your poison.
There we go. Then I got Hans Close
1 minute left here.
here.
Lucas is the best, says Hans. Give that man double the pay. Lucas.
Shouting out Lucas
As of
there.
right now, you're getting paid double.
Oh, heck yeah,
In
man.
love.
Appreciate you, my guy.
In love. I am sorry. I didn't mean to, not.
He's
not,
feeling the love.
Not fiscally. Love the Avant, says Ryan Rigdon.
Yep. And Juice, Absolute versus Hero. If you had to pick one, which one are you going with? Who you got?
Man,
This is the last question before we move
Are
on
we
from
dealing
here.
in absolutes?
I mean, that's up to whoever answers Juice's question
But if I
here.
choose not to answer the question,
Ooh.
no, they're both
Ooh, he's
good,
being
dude. I don't know.
difficult.
I mean, you just use whatever you like. Absolute will have thicker viscosity out of the bottle, but it's really slick. Probably, maybe, arguably slicker than Hero. Hero's cleaning ability is amazing. The smell is amazing.
It depends on what you prioritize about the experience.
Hero mixes probably slightly better in the bucket than Absolute does. They both have their pros and cons. I mean, we try not to put ourselves in a situation where it's a tough pick, right?
Yeah.
We try to find, hey, what are the best of both worlds between the two, and how is this something that the customer can choose? And that's why we ultimately leave it up to you. I would grab whatever one's closest to me. If I had two on a shelf, I wouldn't even care. I would just say, hey, what do I got? Just grab it and just use it.
Agreed.
You know, that's it.
And on that note, that brings us to the halfway point of this entire program. And you know what happens here. That's right. We see some messages, little videos, fun stuff from our friends, other vendors that we happen to carry products, vice versa.
See some thievery.
Check them out. And yes, I believe in the mix there is an ad where a gal possibly steals some products from a guy who's just trying to detail his car. And you'll have Rag Company many things to say about it. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, comment away. We will catch you as soon as these messages are done.
Hey guys, Josh with the Rag
Company.
I thought I was going first.
I thought I was going first.
We'll take it.
All right, Josh is from the Rag Company here to tell you about the business program.
You can save up to 25% off different products that we have here at the Rag Company, including savings like Detail Factory,
IK
sprayers, and many others.
Whether it's pads, polishes, compounds, polishers, we got it all. Chemicals.
We have everything you would need to save you some money so you can start putting more money in your pocket by buying products through our business program.
So whether you're a shop-based business, a mobile detailer, or just running a side hustle out of your garage, please check out the business program.
And you get free shipping on orders over $150.
It's a pretty great deal.
That is a great deal.
The Rag Company business program is for bulk purchase end users only. No tax exemptions unless previously grandfathered in. Discounts apply to eligible products only. Exclusions may apply. Check product listings for details. Minimum order of $150 required to qualify for these discounts. Some brands, tools, or specialty items may not be included. Pricing is subject to change without notice. Visit theragcompany.com/biz to start your application. Act now, stock up, and save big while it lasts.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the second half of Q&A Thursday right here at the Rag Company YouTube channel, where I'm your host, Dane Anthony, and an empty chair to my left where there would be an Anthony Fisher, and there's about to be. Oh, look at that. Here he comes. He's got his earpiece sticking out of his ear, which is funny. Oh. But, yeah, just a little pokey there. Anyway, welcome back.
I was in a deep conversation with the guys over there.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Talking about the future of artificial intelligence. Now,
that is not a conversation I want to be having right now.
I didn't really have enough time. Guys, you can tell I was only at a 5-minute break, so I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to have this conversation go this deep. But,
probably not.
I was there for just a few minutes, and I thought it was a good enough time. Anyways, well, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad that you joined us here for the second half. This is usually the weirder half, the funner half, as we've always called it.
Things get adventurous.
Lucas has offered to cut his hair.
What?
If this stream gets 500 likes. Where we at?
I think we're making stuff up as we go.
500. I don't know if it's possible. But Lucas, what are we working with? What do you got in your hand there?
Well, so this process got a bit derailed because we don't have any water right now because they're doing some construction. So we finished up with a little rinseless with Hero. Now I got some Hyper Seal from Opti-Coat and some Opti-Coat tire gel. And then I think we're just going to wing the rest of it and figure it. Maybe we'll do a wet sand and polish and coating. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure Everett would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wheels are definitely looking better at least.
I'd say so. Look pretty good. I'm happy with them.
Compared to where they were.
Yeah.
All right. Anything left to add before we get back to these comments and questions?
Hope you guys have a beautiful day. You can buy all these products on theragcompany.com. You should go spend your next paycheck. Wow. That's about it.
Okay.
And you know what? If you do that, though, Lucas is going to be there to help you on the other side of that transaction. That is a part of it. So definitely shout out Lucas here. All right. Have fun getting back to work there. We are going to take care of things here. Let me get the comments back up on the screen with David Boyce saying, I used Opti Decon Touchless Soap in my IK E-Pro Foam 2, or rather E-Pro 2, last Tuesday on a detail. It was glorious. Followed with a Rag Company clay pad, which Lucas was contemplating claying this thing.
Yeah, and then I started claying. And I think somebody's clayed this thing recently because paint's feeling smooth. I'm not taking off any contaminants. You know.
Interesting.
So right now you got some Hyper Seal on you right now.
Indeed I do. With a gray FTW that can also get
So you're doing
from
a dry
Rag
application
Company.
Hyper Seal.
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
stuff's gonna
do we
last.
have running water or do we not have running water?
Let's check. Maybe we do now.
You know what's fun? Just leave that faucet in the back on so that when the water does come back on, it'll suddenly just start pumping out and catch us all by surprise.
No, we did that once and Gabe flooded the studio.
Wait, that's not how it happened, is it? No, a pipe burst.
I think we're back.
Are we
Look
chilling?
at that.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you want to do, I don't know if people are going to be able to see, but Hyper Seal has that really cool application where, you know, you wet the
let's show
vehicle and then you spray it and then you apply. You know what I'm saying? But Lucas, you do whatever, you actually just, you do you. Whatever you want to do.
We're going to try that. Give the people a
So
demo.
rinse it, so you're going to rinse get some water on it first, then apply the Hyper Seal, let it set up, and then pressure wash it off. Water behavior is pretty wild. I call this the Gabriel Garcia method. Gabe, I think, accidentally did this.
Yeah.
And I think it was a beautiful accident because I'm like, hey, dude, I've never done it that way. And it works really, really well.
That's pretty cool.
And he was like really proud. He goes, I know, I just was testing different things. I go, no, I think you didn't read the instructions. And it happened that way. Oh shoot! Let me rinse this off. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh, no.
I'll give.
I'm curious
give
what
him
I'm
more credit
hearing
on that.
idling out there. Something sounds.
That right there, Dane.
That
that's
sounds
a
like construction
Porsche,
equipment.
That's a GT3 RS.
No, that's not the GT3 RS that always parks next door. Oh, somebody literally coming in to check our water right now. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, so let's move along here to Megan Benson. Play sprays are my favorite type of product. What are your go-tos?
See, it's gonna catch on, dude.
Megan,
I'm telling you, play
help spread the
sprays.
word. Play sprays.
It's a play spray. It's just anything fun that you can spray on and play with, because that's half of what people enjoy using, right? I would consider Beadmaker a play spray. I would consider Dreammaker a play spray. Armory Detail Supplies, Amplifies a play spray. You know, do they offer some protection? Yeah, absolutely. Do they offer some, you know, some gloss? That's why we're using it.
Yeah.
Do they offer slickness? Yes, absolutely. So these are products that you can use and use relatively often. But like, how do you determine which of the ones used often, which are not? And I think it all depends on how much buildup they have. You know, how do they feel? Are they destroying your towels every single time? Things like that. My go-to play sprays.
Yeah, what you got?
Amplify from Armory Detail Supply has been up there for me lately. I have been experimenting more with the Obsessed Garage Drying Aid. I've been having fun using that. What else have I been enjoying using? Paint Gloss is always a play spray for me. I've also been using Adapt from ADS as well as a play spray. It's a waterless wash and, you know, kind of a drying aid from time to time. What else has been a fun one?
Let's see what Lucas is
go
doing.
for it, Lucas. Look at that. Protection's so good the water don't even stick to it, dude.
It's effective. You could definitely say that.
Unfortunately, the only thing we can see is the headlights water behavior.
Right.
So hit that headlight again. Wow.
Does look good though.
Very good.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you, Lucas.
I mean, there's quite a few. I mean, I always will switch things up. I'm trying to think of off the top of my head right now, like what I'm currently using. I think that's what I'm currently using. But I mean, G-Technics Quick Detailer could be a play spray as well.
Oh, totally.
Let's see. DRK Dragon. Doc Dragon 525. Hello. What's going on?
Hello.
And then Nathaniel Avala Detailing says, hello, fam. What's going on?
I think it's Ayala.
That's what I said.
You said Avala.
Who knows what I said? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't, Dane.
Well, either way, Nathaniel, welcome. Hans closing.
Hans says, I worked for a few dealers, and they are lucky. All the cars I do for them get Defender on them. Okay. Mm-hmm. Defender's great.
I can hear that.
Now, Defender I wouldn't consider a play spray because I think Defender's just a little bit more potent.
Yes.
But, yeah. Is that Audi's Lucas wheels? Is that Audi Lucas new wheels? No, that is not.
No, that belongs to a different member of our web team. Then we've got Jimbo Slice. Jimbo here saying, sad news. My town's zoning office told me I cannot run a car wash as a home business. Do you think I could rinseless and polish, or do I need the whole water tank pressure washer deal? I've known people who did rinseless followed by polishing. It can be done.
Yeah.
There's really no reason you can't.
You know what I mean? No face, no case. So I say you send it.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
Yeah. Let's see. So
take
sad
legal
is my
advice from
town
me.
zone off told me I cannot run a car wash as a home business. Yeah. So to give you some real advice there, you could do rinseless. You could ask them if you can do a capture mat, if that makes sense to have a capture mat. I mean, rinseless.
The question is, are they zoning it in a way that makes you unable to do any kind of...
Is it you cannot run a business due to traffic? Is it due to water restrictions? Is it due to
Well, that's what I wanted to figure out. Is
runoff?
beyond water restrictions, the water runoff can be a separate issue, because they go, okay, fine, you can use the water you want, but when there's chemicals in those waters and they make their way into the storm drains, then that becomes a problem for them. So that's
Give
where
us a little
the
more
product you
information,
use
Jimbo.
make a difference. You
A
could
little more info.
You could plead a case depending on what products you're using.
Yeah.
But just saying.
All right. Next up here we have Phantom. As the owner of the Audi, he does not want that out.
That's funny.
That is Everett himself right here. We call him the Phantom of E is what we call him.
Don't look too closely at that exhaust. It's a little cross-eyed.
Call him Big E-Man. What else do we call him, Lucas?
Biggie.
E-Dog. Did I say E-Dog?
E10,
E10.
E10, yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
Everett's got a lot of fun nicknames.
He's
Mike
fun.
says, is it possible to run totally rinseless mobile car wash business? Yeah, it is.
As an alternative.
I think if you are prepared with the right if you're prepared with the right products. So for example, if I were to do a mobile rinseless business, I would probably still plan on pre-spraying when needed and having a solution for knocking off heavier filth and dirt. So for example, I know people don't like, keg. So the kegs, like the spray kegs, right? The detail kegs, I think are great for things like that because you're going to have a higher pressure. You're able to hold higher pressure in there for rinsing off heavier contamination. But to fill that keg properly, you need a generator. Not a generator. You need an air compressor, right? And so for the air compressor, then you need a generator, right? So then that makes
there's
things
levels
tough.
to this stuff.
I think the solution nowadays that exists that makes the most sense, if you're doing rinseless washing specifically, is the Ego pressure washer. And I think Lucas said that under his breath. You did say that under your breath?
I did.
Yeah. I would grab the Ego pressure washer, pull it out only when needed. Detail keg or
Stuffy.
IK spray, everything else, as you go along. But the Ego pressure washer, dude, you could literally get a gallon of rinseless wash, throw it into a bucket, pre-spray as much as you can with 1 gallon of water, right? And then jump to your rinseless wash and then just finish the rest.
All right. Then Mike also saying hello from Greece. We got another fellow Greece watcher.
I would like to go. You went to Greece, right, Dane?
No, that's one of the few places I actually didn't go when I was traveling.
They said you went to
there.
Athens.
No.
You went to Pompeii.
I went to Pompeii. Yeah.
The less cool Athens.
Honestly, Pompeii was freaking rad, actually. I loved it there. It was so cool.
Listen,
and really eerie, too.
Well, okay, was there any Greek gods there?
They had statues, like cool statues.
Did Zeus get to look down upon you?
I mean, he
bless
probably
you?
was. There were a lot of clouds. I couldn't see him.
Definitely wasn't there, dude.
I saw Mount Vesuvius.
The Parthenon would be cooler.
Whatever. All right, moving on.
Listen, I just think it'd be fun, right? To be blessed by Poseidon or something like that, right?
Well, I don't disagree, although chances are if Poseidon's blessing me, I've already drowned, so I don't want that.
Yeah, Poseidon's kiss is a little bit of a different... You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
yeah. You don't want that.
Running
Anyways,
this is the way to go. Agree. Yeah. Jimbo Slice. I'm going to have to go mobile now, Ron. That's why I ask. Okay. And then Ron asked, did they complain? And then it kind of goes back and forth for a moment. Let's try. Okay, slick auto styling. Mobile is a lot of fun if you can handle it. There are a lot of people out there who are very happy using their mobile setups.
I think that
even in like a basic little Honda Civic or something.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the situation. I mean, what mobile reminds me of, so I did window washing for many years, right? Mm-hmm. And so my dad had a window washing business, and what I loved about doing window washing was that my environment always changed, right? That was cool. I got to go different places, see different things, enjoy the different seasons, right? I mean, I got to enjoy the full 4 seasons, right? Well, 3 seasons of the 4. But that part was pretty cool. I think that with mobile, depending on your area, right? If you have snow, if you have things like that, you will have downtime. You'll be down. If you're mobile in the wintertime during snow, what do? You can try your best, but I mean, like realistically, it's going to be super tough. It's going to be really bitterly cold out there. That's why you have to look at it same kind of as window washing, right? Your main money making months are going to be anywhere from March all the way to October, right? You're going to be stacking as much cash as you can to get you through slow season during the winter time. Now, if you do have a shop in the meantime to get you by, or a location you can go to, or a place you can rent out to do that during the winter time, that makes the most sense. But mobile detailing, I've met up with so many mobile detailers. I have worked side by side with them. I've asked them all about their different builds, what makes their systems, what makes their setup special, and what they enjoy most about it. And I find a lot of them, once they've reached that perfect van build out, right, the thing that they aspired to eventually build, they feel like things just run so much smoother, and they have such a better process, right? And then from there, it's usually a short period of time after they build out their true mobile unit that they are then hiring on another employee, right? And building another mobile unit, And I find that transition happens pretty quickly into getting into that. What I find though is, in the guys that are doing detailing out of the Honda Civics and the hatchbacks and stuff like that, it's sustainable. You can totally do it, but I don't think that you're going to have all your creature comforts rather than
your
if you were to build...
overhead is lower.
Yeah, rather than if you were to build a full proper setup, put
Sure.
$15,000 into a full proper setup, I think you're going to be much happier.
Like a van or a pickup truck are ideal, but gas mileage, you kind of lean more towards the van.
Well, so for example, Bradley, right? Perfect Detail USA, Grand Ambassador of the Year 2023? Yeah, 2023.
Boy, I'm blanking now.
2023. So Bradley, awesome guy, right?
Yeah.
He actually runs a mobile setup out of a Tacoma right now, right? That's his mobile setup. So, and his setup is super easy, dude. I mean, he uses customers' water. He's got a cool tray system set up with his pressure washer and everything, and he's perfectly happy with that.
It's probably related to what overland truck builders do, except he changed it for detailing, which is smart.
Yeah. And I think he had a van prior to that, but then he got the truck, and I think he really likes the truck. But what's cool, his situation is different. He has the same clientele booked every single week. He has
Oh,
like five.
that's-
He has like 5 or 6 people on rotation every week.
So there's
that's-
way less
and that's
surprises
all he
because you're
does.
dealing with known quantities as far as customers.
Oh,
go.
totally. And he's dealing with all these guys in Florida who have supercars and things like that. So all he's doing is going around, going
The
to their
vehicles
houses.
might change, but the owners, once you've established a good rapport with them, then
Well, and
yeah.
especially, I mean, if you've been doing it for years, right? I mean, some of these guys he's
Yeah,
been doing it for
you're
like 3, 4,
trusted.
5 years. So he just goes to their place, does the thing,
Yeah.
Uses their bathroom if he needs to. Things like that you get to enjoy to
like
do.
Ron here, my neighbors are clients of mine, been doing it since the mid 80s with no issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron's been at it for a while there. Then we got Supermath 101. What's he saying?
Did you know that the 10x10 all-purpose Terry microfiber cloths are almost a perfect fit for a Swiffer sweeper? I did not know that.
Well, today I learned. And actually, that's pretty cool because they work really well on those kinds of surfaces. AT4, it's all good. I'll catch it next time. He's talking about the Metrovac sale. I didn't send it through when the code didn't work. I had a suspicion that was the case. I hear you hinting about something cool tomorrow, though, so I'll get on that instead. Thanks,
Okay.
though.
I think, yeah, you'll like this. Maybe.
You like try not to say.
Maybe the thing that launches tomorrow is something you guys need. Maybe
maybe.
it's something you don't.
Well,
I don't know.
guess we'll see.
I mean, we're going to figure that out. All I know is that I'm going to drop another hint.
Ooh, now what are we saying?
I've been really enjoying it.
Well, that's hardly a hint, although it's a good, it's
But
good.
how could I be enjoying something unless it's something that's on something, Dane?
Oh. Yeah, now I think I know what he's talking
Have
about.
I said too much?
Maybe. What was that, Lucas?
I know
said-
something you all don't.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, weird slow. I'm having a lot of issues with water spots and working in direct sunlight right now. What would you say is something I should consider trying or doing differently? Weird slow, if you haven't tried using rinseless wash before, I'm going to recommend you give that a shot. First and foremost, in terms of washing vehicles, outside of those that are like incredibly dirty, which you can still pre-treat before you go in with the
So
rinseless.
weird slow. What's your
Save you
what's
some
what's
headache.
so? Is this a business? Is this just for fun?
Also important to know.
Is this a mobile situation where you're working in direct sunlight often right now? Is that what I guess that's what I'm wanting to clear up right now. Is that what the deal is? Let me know in the comments.
All right.
Next up,
Boom.
we've got
Collectible of the day.
Collectible of the day. I just did an O&R V6 rinseless wash today. So nice.
Like that. It's like auto styling saying work faster.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's how you increase your pay per hour, certainly.
Any update on carrying more PNS Essence fragrances, particularly the new car leather scent or gallon size Reflect glass cleaner? Reflect may be coming eventually. I think it will be a little bit pricey, though, if it does come. As far as the Essence fragrances, I do not know at this time how many more. To be honest with you, I think we sell some of them. They're not a massive seller, but people do like them, and we just need to see, if we have, room in the arsenal for that.
We'll see about that.
Next up.
Alpha Tango 4 AT4 Weird Slow. I use a fold-out canopy here when it's above 80 degrees. It's a pain, but it helps a ton. That is a good move. If you need shade and it doesn't already exist, provide yourself some shade with a nice canopy. And if you're in a place that gets windy, even if it's not windy when you set it up, tie those things down, weigh them down, do something. Don't let it blow away worse yet, into the vehicle you're trying to detail. That'd be horrible. So,
Any update on the PNS and their development of the foam sealant similar to Koshchemi S003? I have nothing yet.
Time will tell,
I
Blue
got
Line.
nothing yet.
Blue Line always has good questions, so I appreciate it.
Is it me or did Rupa's blue wool pads change? I thought the older ones were better. They did change. So did the yellow pads change. They.
You think the old ones were better, though?
Yeah, and I don't
know.
I
haven't used
How do
the
I
newer
say
ones,
this?
so I can't speak
I'm trying
to
to say
that.
this in the best way possible. I think I know why they changed them. I know why they changed them, and it made sense when the explanation was given to me. What I think I don't like as much as the actual usage of. I mean, like in use, it's not my they're not my favorite. I had asked them about what would happen if they were to change them back, and they said it might be kind of unlikely. And I heard from another pad manufacturer that would be unlikely as well. I will show you something cool.
Oh, look at this. You got him to go and break out and grab something. I don't know what he's about to do. What is he getting here, I wonder? Anyway, he's looking for his bag of tricks, he says. Remember, Anthony, they can't hear you. Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Bart here, who's saying, Hans, should we start a TRC-sponsored club for people with dragon tattoos? Bart, hold up. Are you telling me you also have dragon tattoos of some kind somewhere? Interesting. Oh, he went to the wrong cabinet. That's his problem. Now he's wandering off through Lucas's workspace. He's going to go look for something else. I don't know what's going on. Blue Line Automotive and Aviation Detailing says, will you guys ever develop a wet sanding kit? Something to address small scratches and portable for smaller wet sanding jobs like headlights. You know, there is the Koshemi, the KCX headlight polishing kit, which is its own thing. But what you're asking for is something a little different. And Anthony, who's always doing a little bit of product development here and nearly sliding out of his chair and dying, is holding some things. What's going on?
Okay, so we're just going to bring up that whole thing about the Rupes pads, right?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Back to that question.
Original Rupes pad, right? You can kind of see that, right? Rupes, tapered edge, right? See the tapered edge there? Looks nice. Looks fun. This is the Rupes pad that many of us grew to know and love. The coarse blue wool. They should never, ever change this. It's amazing. Well, they did change it. So now, this is the new coarse blue wool. Okay? So, no longer does it have a tapered edge. It's a flat edge, right? Well, there's a few issues with this being a flat edge here. The edge is actually kind of a little bit sharp, which I don't really like that. And then the wool did actually change. So instead of being a blue and white, like this one, it is now an all blue. And in my opinion, this blue one feels less dense and it feels a little bit thinner. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Now,
what is this all saying?
now, with that said, a company I know, a friend, possibly, I made to make sure that there's no logo on this, has produced a pad that is identical to the original blue coarse wool, right? Let's go ahead and
really
look at
careful
there.
what angle you hold that
I know,
at.
I'm really trying to, Dave. So,
Because I can see it.
I know you can. You just keep your mouth shut. So, okay. Anyway, sorry, tilted the wrong one. Anyway, so basically, this one right here has the same tapered edge, and has that same exact identical coarse wool.
It does look almost indistinguishable. If anything, this looks better, and it's a little thicker.
If this company ends up producing this, like I'm hoping they will, game over, baby. That's it, dude. I mean, then
that is pretty great.
These guys will reign supreme because needless
you're gonna
to
have
say,
a lot of converts.
I was just a little disappointed.
Yeah, that is definitely different. The bevel is gone too. I noticed. Yeah. It's just flat
does it
now.
work still? Of course, right? Does the new yellow wool pad, right? The same shape. Does it work? Yes, of course it does. But
it
selfishly,
is different,
I wish it was still the same. So anyways, I'm going to go put these back.
Interesting points. All right.
What the main change on that wool is, though.
What's that?
So the wool, they changed the wool, and the main reason being is one, I think, of just a supply thing. And one thing that people have to notice is they need to load this with more compound with the new pads. Because there's a lot more material there. That's what I was told by
Do you think that there's more material here?
That's what they told me.
Feel that.
Remember, Anthony, you're not mic'd. Okay, so moving on, Anthony, I do have a question I want you over here to answer.
I know.
I know. You're getting to the bottom of the pad question. I know. All right. So, Blue Line Automotive and Aviation Detailing. I already read this question once, but I'm going to read it again so that you can see it. Will you guys ever develop a wet sanding kit, something to address small scratches and portable for smaller wet sanding jobs like headlights?
Yes. So, there's a couple companies I know who are possibly in the process of making some ready-to-use wet sanding go-to kits. Things that have sandpaper with them. 3,000 grit, 4,000 grit, 5,000 grit, down to 2,000. I'm waiting to see when this will come to fruition, but it is within our circles. I'm going to put this back.
I mean, you can just leave it on the
Nope,
table
it's
with
secret
the.
pad. I gotta put
Okay,
this back
secret
in the-
pad going
I
away.
gotta go put this back
Just,
in the secret cabinet.
Oh, that cabinet. Oh.
Secret cabinet that we have here now.
You just gotta tell everybody we have a secret cabinet.
Secret cabinet with a lock on it.
It's a very good lock, and nobody should test
A
it.
lot of the new stuff inside there.
So many exciting things, and you're just asking somebody to come and try and get in there. So, Anthony said yes to a wet sanding kit. I don't believe there's any timeline on that, but I know he has talked about it before. Lucas, what's your take on a wet sanding kit here? Something that's maybe a little smaller, mobile, portable. What if we put something like that together? Would that appeal to you?
I love that idea.
Okay, he loves that idea. So that is something worth checking. All right, Anthony is coming back now. We can move along. Jimbo Slice says Forbidden Cabinet of Mystery.
It is. It is the Forbidden Cabinet of Mystery. It's actually like this was like a recent thing. Can I? Oh no, that's an internal thing. I can't. It's really fun. Our internal thing for this cabinet is like I need to think about this before I can tell you guys, but there is a system there and an analogy there that we have within this cabinet, and this cabinet is where a lot of the products come in for testing. A lot of the products come in for prototypes and things like that, and this is where we store a lot of this stuff. But yeah, ultimately, I mean, I'm not telling you which cabinet it is. There's like 50. There's 1,000 cabinets here. There's a bajillion cabinets here. But this particular one, we put a bunch of stuff into. So, anyways, it's like the closet to Narnia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. And actually, yeah, so for those who are like tuning in and they're like, okay, you're the rag company, I guess they sell towels or something. You're dealing with all these other chemicals and stuff. Let's say somebody's like really new here. Yes, we are proficient in microfiber towels. That's where we start at. But we built out since then quite a lot. And thanks to people like Anthony here and many of our others on the team who are big into detailing, we've been able to build out a lot of great testing processes for bringing on new chemical brands, new product brands, things that go well beyond just towels into the fold here. And as far as that goes, this cabinet is home to the stuff that we're not ready to show you yet because maybe we'll carry it, but also maybe not. There's different stuff out there that we test and try all the time. I know people are convinced, oh, you only carry these products. It's like, you have no idea what we're actually testing at any given time. There's a lot of fun stuff just floating around, but we have to make sure we clean up the shop every time before we go live here so that you guys don't see anything you're not supposed to. But just know, it's a fun little bonus to anybody who comes by and gets a little tour. Oh, you may accidentally catch something mid-process. Who knows? All right, moving along. Let's go. What's he saying?
I still have a pile of utility towels. They are great. Glad to hear it.
Mm-hmm. And then I've got Blue Line also asking.
Any advice for how to keep the rag company air blaster from stop getting stuck? I find that thing spins over time, needs to be oiled up and kept from freezing up. Is there anything longer term?
Well,
sorry, my throat got to that like scratchy
imagine
level.
listening to the podcast right now and not seeing the video and just being like, I think he had a stroke. What happened?
Dane, don't say that.
Oh, well.
You silly goose. Yeah, you dog. Anyways, so if you are, because this is going to really depend, right? We've had this comment, I'd say a few times in the last, probably several weeks, right? I want to kind of address this the right way. depending on what you're cleaning out, depending on what you're blasting, right, there's always going to be some residual dust / dirt / debris that will get back sucked into essentially the bearing assembly, or not back sucked. It'll get
that's a hell of a word choice.
Sucked. It'll get back sucked, and it'll get sucked into the bearing assembly.
Whatever floats your boat.
Now, along with the dirt and debris, right? You are creating a vortex, right? You're creating this tornado in which basically everything is shooting upward into this cone. If there's, for any reason, any moisture in that carpet along with that dirt, and let's just say you're pairing it with a spray cleaner, the liquid, combined with the dirt, combined with a spinning mess, right? What does that do? Create some gunk, right? I mean, that's going to create some seized bearings, right? So if you were ever spraying anything that has a liquid, right? Like if you were ever blasting anything, a carpet, a chair, a door panel with liquid in it, I highly recommend removing the bearings and just doing a quick wipe down after every use you do that. Every couple of uses you do that. What we're finding is that people are blasting dirt, blasting air, right? Some little bit of dirt, a little bit of dust gets into the bearing assembly. Whatever, not that big of a deal, right? Continuously do it, and yeah, eventually you'll need to clean them out. But it's the blasting continuously and doing dirt, liquid, dirt, liquid, right? You are essentially creating a cauldron of just crap that's going to get caught up into those bearings. And again, the more rotation that the bearing assembly has that starts breaking down the finer grit along with the water, the finer and finer that grit gets, the finer it gets, the more it's able to get into those bearings and possibly seize them. So the key really is to, if you're just going to be spraying dirt and debris, right, do it to it. Take out the bearings every once in a while, give them a quick wipe down, throw them back in. You don't even have to like lube them. But if you're spraying liquid and you're also, or if you're blasting liquid and you're blasting dirt and debris, right, you're going to want to take those bearings out more frequently, wipe them down. You can use a WD-40. You can use a penetrating oil. You can use a dry lube if you want to use a dry lube. Don't use grease. We experimented a lot with grease, and grease, unfortunately, just slows the bearings down, even though it is hydrophobic, or it is water resistant. Clean them longer. Watch what you're spraying. And if you're going into spraying more liquid, then just know that it might be a good idea to just unscrew that cap really quick, pull the bearings out, give them a quick wipe down, maybe let them dry out, right? Hit them a little bit more WD-40 or whatever, and then or a spray lubricant, and then throw them back in.
Yeah.
And you should be good to go. It's just, we're finding that the bearing maintenance it's a real thing on these guns, right? The more you're using them, the more you're blasting them, the returns that we get, that Lucas sees. Holy crap, these things are...
You guys are abusing these things.
Oh, yeah, because we told them to. We're like, you can use them hard, and you can.
They are meant to be beaten up. They're meant to be used. But I'm talking like...
They took that as a challenge.
We got guys that are returning these, and I look at them like, okay, hey, this isn't like you're kind of tossing around a car or it's falling on the ground. I'm like... You are like, you're mad at your family.
Somebody threw this down into the pit of Mordor and then brought it back.
You are like, this is like hateful destruction, right? But then they say, hey, I'm not really sure. I go, bro, what are you doing?
It's like they're not even like trying to not absolutely beat the ever-loving snot out of it.
And a big reason for that, a lot of production detailing shops will buy these things, and for the most part, I mean, gosh, they have a high success rate. What happens though? We have less issues probably in the production realm of detailing than we do with some of the enthusiasts. And the reason for that, Dane,
yes,
production detailers are using these air guns every single day.
It's consistent.
Right? They're using it multiple times a day.
To
those bearings almost are never stop spinning. Right?
It's always moving.
It's the guys who are going from job between job, or the home hobbyists who again are spraying dirt, spraying sand, spraying air, spraying hair, and then they're blasting liquid, right? And then what happens? They go, cool, I don't have to use this for a while, and I'll put this away for a few days or a day or however long, and the next time we go to use it, my bearings are sticking, right? My bearings are stuck, right? Nothing's working.
In a production shop, there's never a period longer than like maybe 24 to 48 hours where the tool's not getting used.
Yeah. So in short, though, so let me wrap this up here. The gun itself is a straight-through design. very rarely will you actually have an issue with the gun itself. The only issues that you would possibly have is a trigger screw becoming loose, right, or backing out. That issue has been addressed in the most recent version, the most recent shipment of these guns. And so the trigger, that's been fixed. Everything else is a straight through design, meaning that air goes up through the handle, goes out through the tube. That's it.
It's not
That's the only
complicated.
place the air goes. So outside of that, having extra bearings is going to be important, because there is going to be situations where you're going to spray liquid, you're going to spray sand, dirt, all that stuff. And you're going to just forget. You're going to forget that you did it. And then you're going to store the gun, and the next time you go to use it, the bearings aren't spinning properly. You might have rust in them. They could have seized over time. So what I would do is just always buy an extra bearing kit, just in case you have those moments where you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? Right? Mm-hmm. Great. You have some extra bearings, right? The bearing kit is like $14.99. You get 2 extra bearings with it. And just know maintenance is key with these tools, just like anything else. It's the same thing with a polisher. A polisher needs, sometimes it might need grease. Sometimes it might need brushes. Sometimes it might need, I don't know, cords, things like that. Over time, the more you're using them, the more you're wearing these things down, the more abuse they're going to take. Now, the only instance where I see like it being a one-off situation, not one-off, but more specific, is that you bought an air blaster. You've literally never used a liquid. You've only sprayed some light debris, and you still had some issues with the bearings rusting or something like that. Hey, then we'll take care of it, right? That's a warranty issue. We'll handle that. What's that, Lucas?
An email.
Send Lucas an email. We'll get that taken care of. That's not a
of.
problem, right? You go to use it within their first week, and crap, dude, it's not working. Like something's wrong. Got you. We'll fix that. But outside of that, right? If it's been 6 months, 7 months, a year now since you've bought the
some people
the
definitely
air blaster,
love to test the limits.
and you go, hey man, my gun stopped working, and I go, okay, well, how many cars do you do with it? Oh man, brother, I got like 350 cars with this, right? Or what? Something.
It's probably more than that. It's probably like 700 or something.
Cars, right? And I go, shoot, dude. Well, I think you got your $40 out of it, right? Like maybe let's get you another set of bearings, right?
Because what's that other one you were looking at cost? Oh, right, like $200. So did you get that money's worth out? I would say
there's
you
a
did.
trade-off there. We are continuously working on new improvements wherever we can, right? And that includes the Ultra Airline and all the other Ultra products. We're trying. Yeah.
All right, man. We are 50 minutes behind on comments and questions. Let me cruise through these. Juice Free. Why does MZR say not to use it on steering wheels on their website? Should I not use it on steering wheels? What reason could you think of for not using MZR on a steering wheel? It's probably a safety-related concern. The same reason people would say not using certain mat cleaners is a good idea when you're near the brake and gas pedal and stuff like that.
Honestly, I have no idea why. I mean, maybe because it's maybe a different type of leather. Steering wheels sometimes are sensitive. The only reason why I say this is because certain steering wheels, regardless of the cleaner that you use, depending on which oil you've introduced to it and whatnot, maybe they had some issues in testing where it maybe caused damage to the steering wheel. Maybe it caused some color to come off. I'm not sure. I'd reach out to Coach Kevin and see what they think.
Okay, next up, I've got Bart saying, I have both Rip-N Rags on the shelf. So far, I've mostly used the XL with Reflect, and they're great.
Glad you love it.
Yeah. Blue Line Automotive Detailing saying, I always drain the compressor when I finish. Very weird. I mean, you should, because, leaving pressure in the system does create, that compression creates moisture. So you don't want that.
Keep going, Dane.
Yeah, Dark Dragon. Hi, dude.
Through these.
Yeah. Okay, we are on
14 minutes
page
left before
3.
we end this gig. I mean,
we got Bart saying, did Lucas switch to Hero?
Yeah, so the water got shut off. So, we dumped out the M-Wash and we filled it with some rinseless wash.
Yeah.
You chose to stick within the Optimum realm?
He's doing what he wants today.
I was thinking about the smell of strawberry lemonade.
Something that you like using? Is that what that was?
I think it was. Don't tell
I
anyone.
think he was caught. There we go. Best pads to use with H9 Coach Chemi compound. The red Coach Chemi pad.
Yeah.
So is what they designed that with.
Then I've got Slick Auto Styling. Yeah, me too, but it usually always ends up just building a bit of moisture from sitting in my truck. All right. Then we got DIY with Kane. Always happy to see DIY with Kane popping in. Hello from Minnesota. And then Bart saying, I polished headlights on my Subaru this weekend with Rehab and Uno Advanced topped with Defender. What might I expect for longevity from the Advance on plastic? It's a good question. I mean, Uno Advanced is...
Are you talking about like
solid.
You polish? Okay, so then you hit it with Defender on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't mention Defender if he didn't also top that area with it.
I mean, both of those together won't necessarily prevent oxidation,
right?
But as far as like hydrophobic protection, you'll get a little while out of it. I mean, for sure,
it'll still breathe.
I mean, you'll slow down oxidation, I should say. But I mean, like, I don't know. I can't give you a timeline on that. I mean, headlights are so tough, dude. I mean, over the years, I've polished so many headlights. I've protected them with so many different things, and it changes. Just changes. Like some headlights, I go, oh my god, I hit it with this coating, and they've looked amazing for a year.
Yeah.
Other headlights have done the same coating, and I go, it's been 3 weeks and they're yellow again.
Plastic's
like,
just
what
sad.
the heck? And so,
yeah.
you know, your biggest enemy there with the headlights and polycarbonate and plastic lenses is going to be air. I mean, basic oxidation.
AT4 talking to the ad once again because they always seem to do that. Bro, lock your gear up for once. I'm sure TRC EU doesn't mind the repeated purchases if this continues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is just, somebody has to stop her. You know what I mean?
Somebody has to stop her. She's a menace. Hans closing. How many bottles of O&R does that lady need in her life? Poor guy is getting broke buying new ones all the time. I like how they think that every time the ad plays, it's a new incident.
It's a new incident.
And it just keeps happening. And he's living a Groundhog Day existence, just repeating the same day over and over again.
What we should do is just to mess with people.
Ooh.
Glenn's a magician, right?
True.
With things that she can do with effects. And what'd she say?
She said, I'm listening.
I'm listening. What if she altered the clothing color?
Each time in the ad so it looked different?
Each time in the ad so it did look
Same
different.
ad.
Like the car is a different color or the shirts are different colors.
Just to spice it up a
something
little.
so it does truthfully look like a continuation
That
of
would
like,
drive people
more
insane.
products are being stolen and they're like, oh my God, like their hair starts turning white. Like, they're because she's put the old filter on them.
Yes, yeah, put the old filter on him. AT4, and he's going to pull up like he doesn't know. Oh. Neil White, it's always nice to hear the guy's voice change after the young lady steals his TRC gear. Red Company?
Yeah.
Ron a yacht saying, Bart, you would be better off ceramic coating them. I mean, that's certainly an option. Then Bart says, I'll eventually get around to using my bottle of ADS glass V1. But would that work on polycarb? It would be glass only.
Are we still talking about headlights? No,
Yeah.
don't do any of that. Go pay
2K clear.
No, go pay a guy
Or
at a
PPF it.
PPF shop. Pay him $50 and have him PPF your damn headlights. Sorry, I said damn on here, but it's just that's the
We're
answer.
allowed to say that.
It's the answer. PPF. I'm saying that right now is my final answer. I'm going to stick to this until I'm dead.
The reason you go with PPF is because at the end of the day, when things start looking a little rough, you peel it off and you got a nice clean slate to start from again.
PPF is so good nowadays that the amount of UV inhibitors inside there and everything, and you're also preventing air from oxidizing the polycarbonate,
Also
right?
true.
So the headlights are going to look exactly the same once you apply PPF on them the day one as they do in 10 years from now, and then you're going to peel off the PPF and replace it when needed. But I've been doing this testing now for years and years and years and years at this point.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I will never own a vehicle without PPFing the headlights. I didn't do it on my wife's 4Runner. I regret it because I've cleared chipping off of her headlights, and now I've essentially thrown away $1,000. Right? If I would have just paid $50 to get them PPF beforehand, because those headlights have to be polished and sanded now, and then now PPF. Well, maybe I didn't throw away $1,000, but if I were to buy them new,
Tamara Chase. Yeah. Lucas is wonderful the way he is.
Lucas, you are Tamara's. You're a Tamara's golden child, as I would say. Sam Taylor says, "Do you guys know how products get their lifespan estimate is it when you're coating based on 365 days worth of average miles. So what happens is there's usually accelerated weather testing that happens with
lab
coatings.
testing.
So this would be in the lab testing process, and this goes through a lot of different things. It goes through weather, heat, temperature changes, sand, grit, chemicals. They do this full-on test, and a lot of the coating companies will pay for third-party testing to have this all done. That way they can build their estimate. Other times, depending on the lab or depending on the person making the coating or where the raw materials are coming from, sometimes based on their formulations, they can, in other existing tests that they've done, they will kind of ultimately say, hey, this will last this long based on this rating and this particular, document or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I know, for example, there's a handful of companies out there that does their own testing. I mean, G-Technic, right, does their own testing. I know Stout, or G-Technic will pay to get third-party testing done. P&S will get third-party testing done. Diamond Protect gets third-party. I mean, tons of companies do. So that's part of it, but mileage is one claim. You could say mileage based on like how many
kind of Adam's approach
how many
to
years you estimate driving the vehicle. Some people will do years. Some people will do, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. But there's no really wrong or right way to do it.
Still gets the message across, but you shouldn't expect like that to be your actual result at the end of the day, because your conditions always differ.
Conditions are
from
always
whatever
gonna
they tried. I
change.
mean, they can't replicate your exact lifespan that you put it through.
That'll never be a perfect system. No. There's just no way to do it. And sometimes they undersell a coating, right? Sometimes coatings are undersold. I mean, I know that Dr. G over at Optimum.
Most people wouldn't think that, but actually there are some that well outperform what they say they'll do.
Well, Dr. G told me, I mean, he says they undersell their coatings specifically. They say that pretty much anything that they claim usually is a year to 2 years under what that coating will actually do, right? So gloss coat and the new hyper the new hyper coating that they have out right now, right? Hypershine. They say it lasts 2 years, right? Realistically, that coating should last about 4 years.
But once again, they're not claiming that. They're not advertising
it, but they're
that.
doing the safe thing by saying, hey, it'll last 2 years, because they know wholeheartedly that's going to last 2 years no matter what you do. Yeah. And so, like their Opti-Coat stuff, I mean, their Opti-Coat Pro products, right? It's a lifetime coating. It really is. I mean, that stuff will last forever and ever and ever, depending on how you again, maintain it. But they say it's 7 years, right?
Yeah.
An Opti-Coat Pro Plus coating, there's really no reason outside of, a massive abrasion or polishing that you shouldn't be able to get 10 years out of that thing.
Yeah. All right. Bart says, did no one see the Terminator movies or WALL-E? Why are we even entertaining AI as a society? Well, unfortunately, for those of us who are less than fans of it, that progress is going to continue whether we like it or not. It is. Whether you consider it progress or not.
It's like we're watching the downfall of humanity, but we're just like, oh yeah, that'll come eventually.
But we're also being kind of like lazy about any kind of resistance to it. We're just kind of like, oh, I made ChatGPT say funny things to me.
Yeah.
Or I got it to say things it probably shouldn't.
ChatGPT did my homework.
Oh wow, that's weird. Grok turned into a very problematic thing when they suddenly put different ideas in its head. Yeah. Crazy. AT4 Spicy Lucas is fun. Well, he's looking pretty tired right now, I gotta say. Just hanging out back there.
Lucas
he's looking like he's dissociating
in the corner. Tired,
bro. What are you thinking about back there? Like Lucas, like
he's
what's
deep in thought.
What's even going through your mind right now?
Once my wash process got kind of derailed, I've just been trying to find stuff to do on this thing, but
you gave up.
Short of polishing the whole car, I don't really know. What
Lucas, how's that engine bay looking? You got 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, pop that hood. What's inside? You got
Door's
5 minutes.
Locked. Can't even get in this thing.
Oh, Everett locked it.
Key? Oh man.
Dude, Everett Everett doesn't.
Nah.
Big E doesn't want anybody in his business, dude. I get it. Next up.
There we go.
Tamara, I agree. He's one of the 3 best-looking guys on camera right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it means a whole lot.
Thanks, Bart.
Appreciate
That really does mean a lot.
Sam Taylor says, does the odor-eliminating properties of release affect an air freshener? Meaning, will it eliminate a good smell along with the bad smells? Not really. I feel like the good smells stick around. The odor-eliminating portion of it, I think it just breaks down some of the nastier smell. It'll... Oh, gosh, what do I have? Anything foul smelling, it will work on masking that. Anything that's good that you've had in the vehicle, because it starts at the carpet, right? this is going to start at the carpet. Now, will release fix your stinky headliner? No, probably not going to do that. But it will fix your stinky carpet. So if you have good smells in the rest of the car, let's say your headliner does smell good, and then it'll continue to smell good.
Yeah. 9XX. I recently started my own detailing business at 21 years old, and your channel has been very valuable to me. I try my best to get finish or perfect finish, but I struggle. When should I wet sand a car? Wow, these are big questions. That's good, though. Yeah. Imagine you're 21 and you're starting out and you're doing your thing. What advice would you like to give to yourself?
Wet sanding a car shouldn't be something that you want to do. That's like a worst case scenario. Don't do that for fun. Wet sanding a car is in a sense of you've got a scratch you got to remove, you have a defect that you have to remove, and the customer's willing to pay you for it, and you're willing to take on the risk of wet sanding, even though you know that there's a potential that you could blow through the clear, right? Wet sanding should be done on a case-by-case basis. You should learn on test hoods. You should learn on junkyard hoods. You should learn on people's cars who literally don't care about anything about their cars. And I'm talking about like the weird cousin who has a Toyota Corolla from 1995 that has literally been sent through a freaking fence and barely has any paint on it, right? Take that car. Practice wet sanding on that. Nothing bad can come from it. It'll if anything, it'll just get better. If you burn through it, who cares? Practice makes perfect on that stuff. That's what you should focus on if you're trying to practice, right? Start with 3000 grit. Start by working both directions. There's plenty of great wet sanding videos out there, and then go from there. When it comes to getting a perfect finish, as a detail, as something you're getting paid to do, you should be getting paid enough to do a perfect finish, right? But if you're starting your business and you're still in the process of learning, there's going to be a period of time in which you can't expect the return of perfection while you're learning, right? So after a few years of kind of your apprenticeship detailing, right, getting into this and building the business for yourself, eventually you could probably start focus on perfecting cars, doing concourse level detailing and whatnot, if that's where you feel like business is taking you. But I don't necessarily think that you should try to make every vehicle perfect, especially if you're starting off, right? Because if you're getting paid $100 to make a vehicle perfect, it's not enough money, right? However, there is a trade-off of time and training, time and practice versus take home. DIY with Kane says, built hamper update. No update right now. We're working on it. We're getting somewhere.
That's Walt.
Walt says, do not wash your towels with detergents. Use the microfiber detergent that the Rag Company sells. Thank you, Walt. Appreciate it. Rags to riches. 15 seconds left on the clock.
I got one more after this. David Boy says, no such thing as perfect finish. It is subjective. Chasing perfection will get you burned, or perhaps your clear coat burned. And the last one I'm throwing up is from a friend out in Japan. I like this. Gurio style, saying, hello, I am a TRC fan from Japan. Is it correct to spray Absolute Rinseless diluted 64-1 onto the clay towel, then spray paint gloss onto the clay towel and body, then gently wash? You could certainly do that. But I would say...
You can both of that if you want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
That would be a lot of lubrication.
Yeah,
nothing
that's
wrong
a
with
lot.
it. You can totally do that. I would like to go to Japan eventually.
Yeah.
I would like a guide. Me and Dane would both like a guide.
Would you like to be our guide?
Would you like to be our guide?
We're asking kindly because we're probably fans of you if you're fans of us.
Yes. Anyways, that's it. So we've had a ton of fun on today's Q&A freaking Thursday. Hopefully
got a little
we answered
weird.
your question. It did get a little weird, but I think we got a little technical and intricate with some stuff.
Lucas just started having like some kind of existential crisis in the background halfway through.
He did, man. I don't know. I thought he was about to light up a cigarette back there. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, it could have been one of those.
It could have been one of those. So... but we got through it. Thank you, Everett, for allowing us to wash your vehicle today, or kind of wash it.
Yeah.
As always, we'll be back, next week, Dane, right?
Yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll have a different car and possibly different detailer, different host. Depends. You guys want to see Lucas back? I do. But, it's up to him. He's a busy guy answering your customer service calls. So... once again, from all of us here at The Rag Company, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you're catching this as a podcast in the future, which, by the way, yes, we offer this as a podcast so you can listen when you're on the road, all that good stuff. While you're here, before you go, please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below on something you'd like answered in the next Q&A. And till next time, have a great weekend. Go clean some cars. We'll catch you on the next one.